I'm so awkward. Okay. All right, I'm looking forward to all the people that join the information session in a few minutes. I'm and yeah, I'm gonna pause my video and mute my sound so y'all don't have to experience the awkwardness of a Taurus introvert. Hi, Eden's AI speaker. I love when people have AI stuff. So fun. And hopefully Eden going soon. Activate note taker. I just got hip to AI last year, well, this year. Someone was telling me like, oh, I should, do all the things AI. No, I need to have a voice. And I started using AI. And it's like, oh, it was my voice. And it's so much more nice than design minded. But anyway, um, I might AI reading notes and even AI reading notes and hopefully people will actually join the information session soon. Yeah, 701. Hi, Janella. No pressure, but you're the first one who's joined.
Yeah, I'm moving around, so I don't have my camera on right this second. But
Oh, you're fine. Thanks for being here. I was just talking to myself. And my AI notes and Udam's AI notes who joined the session too. So
okay, I got it. No worries.
But you don't have to be on camera at all if it is not doesn't work out for you. So no worries.
Yeah, I just need a minute. Like I said, I'm moving around and I'll be in a position where I can put my camera on in this.
Take your time. Hopefully there are 9 other people that would join us on this info session as kind of take your time. Mute yourself, whatever. I give all the reprieve. I am a late comer in general, so The fact that I show up one time to my info sessions. Okay, never mind. I'm just kidding. People don't take that. But yes, I was just telling you to know because they were the first person who came on. Don't know their pronouns, but Masha, if that is how you pronounce your name, welcome. We have a couple of reading notes, AI reading notes, as I'm just getting hip to myself. Hopefully you don't mind. They summarize the conversation, do all this other weird techie stuff in the background. But we're gonna start the info session probably like 7:05, just give people grace. I'm a late comer, because I don't know, it's in my makeup. And I just like to give it everybody else grace, as they might trickle in a little bit later, because it is 7 o'clock on a Tuesday night, so, all the grace. All right, we got 1 more minute, countdown. All right, I'm really not that excited, but I'm excited for people to join, but like I'm not the most animated person, so don't take my gestures for the tone of this trip information session. Also, I might have put 7 to 8. It might be 7 to 8:30. Just depending on how many trips people really want to hear about. So just want to set expectations. If people are interested in hearing about more trips, then the time allots, I will happily continue sharing. However, if you need to head off camera, offline, the information session is emailed to everyone who registered, and assuming that you have a link, so you registered, you will be emailed the link at the end of this session. Most likely tomorrow because I gotta sleep too, so, but yes. Thank you for being here. Okay, so it's 7:05 and I don't want to belabor things too much. I do try to give grace and people might trickle in as we are talking, but with my current time change from Thailand and Vietnam, I am just like all discombobulated. So I'm trying to go to bed by like 9 or 10. So I'm going to start this information session now. And if people trickle in, great. And if not, everyone will get the information session. Anyway, so welcome. Hi, I'm Lisa. I guess I am face of Lesbifriends Travel, even though like I'm very much an introvert and try not to be the face of anything. I just like to move behind the scenes and do the administrative work, but clearly you can see me because I have to present this. But thank you for being here and for learning, sharing a bit of your evening to learn a little bit more about Lesbifriends Travel. Hopefully you potentially want to travel with us. I promise it will be an experience. I hope it'll be an amazing time. We're learning and growing as we go along. So yes, welcome everyone who is on the call. Okay, so I like to start things off because I don't want to just talk at everybody throughout the information session. And I realize that people might be in different capacities, so might not be able to unmute themselves or to get off the camera. or get on camera. Hi, Jamila, I see you. But I would love to, I do like to start things off with an introduction for everyone. It's gonna be really like slight, so don't worry, we're not gonna do too much, but you might have to unmute yourself, and if you choose, you can get off the camera. Just so you know, this is recorded for informational sharing purposes. So everybody who signed up for this will be emailed the link. So if you signed up for this, which you did because you're on here, I will email you the link. Even if you have to cut out ahead of time, you will be able to replay this, at your leisure. But okay, so introduction. I'm gonna start because I like to lead by example, and then all of you will follow, hopefully, and share things about yourself with the group. So I think it's like a great experiment, right? For people to potentially know who they might be traveling with in the future. Yay. I feel like I potentially like curate the trips, but the people who come on the trips make the trips. And so it's all about the community for me. And I really appreciate you guys for being here and potentially creating space and welcoming community in your life. So I'm going to start with a simple introduction that I want everybody to follow this. So we're going to do what's your name? If you want to share your pronouns, you're welcome to, not necessary. Not everybody's there. And then what is one thing you love to pack in your carry-on that you must have on a trip or on a plane? And then what is one wish list place that you want to go? So there's four. Name, where you're from, pronouns, that's like maybe. One wish list thing, one thing you like to have in your carry-on, and then one wish list place you want to have. So I'm going to start. My name is Lisa. I live in Washington, D.C. Side note, I'm from Boston, Massachusetts. It's really freaking cold there. It's really freaking cold in Washington, D.C. right now. One thing I need to have in a carry-on is headphones. No, I'm Xing that. A neck pillow. I fall asleep before the plane takes off, if all goes well. And then one wish list place I want to go is Turkey. Okay. I can volunteer you, or you can be voluntold. Take your pick.
I mean, I could just jump in and do that. Yeah, so my name's Jamila, and any respectful pronouns will work. Not real particular. Um, and then uh trying to decide.
Where are you from?
Oh, where am I from? Right. So currently I'm living in Washington State. Uh yeah, I wouldn't say I'm from here though, but that's where I'm at right now. And then a book is probably the thing that I always have in my carry-on. Um, and oh, so many places, but the reason why I registered for this was because the next place on my list is Japan.
Jamila, welcome from Washington State. It's like 4 p.m. there.
Yes.
Wow, thank you for joining us early. I'm ready for bed. You might be ready for dinner. Okay. Okay, so Dr. Udom, do you want to go next?
Yes, I was just gonna turn it off. Dr. Udom, all pronouns except for she, her. Um, I need my remarkable everywhere I go now on my carry-on. Um, my noise canceling headphones. Uh, Japan is also on my list, but my goal is to go to all the continents in continent or all countries on the continent of Africa, and ideally with queer people. So Morocco and Japan are the two on my list for next year.
Thank you. They don't have to be Lesbifriends destinations yet. We can create them together if they're not on your list. But thank you for sharing. Um, Nyasha and
Hi. Hi. All right. So it might be a little loud in here. So if you can hear some elevator music, that's what that is. So I'm at a restaurant. So I'm Nyasha. I'm from New York, but I live in Baltimore. And I am super excited to go on these trips. Actually, I have Bali's on my I think I'm just paying for it now. I'm trying to get that 20% off, y'all. I saw that. Doing that before December 6th. So that's on my list. I really want to go to Croatia, Iceland, and Greece. I haven't been there yet. And oh, Nextville is mine too. I'm just like you, girl. I'm asleep before we take off. Don't bother me. I'm going right back to sleep anyway. So those are mine.
thank you for sharing, Nyasha. Nyasha.
Nyasha. Oh, and she, her, and my pronouns. Yeah,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Appreciate you. Cash. Cashing. Do you want to share? If not, it's okay. I will keep moving.
Sure. No, I can share. Hi, I am Cache, pronouns they, them. I have to have, nowadays I have to have my loops. The loops earplugs. They are genius and they're great for traveling with people and you don't know how loud people snore and stuff like that. So they've been a lifesaver this last year. I appreciate them.
Where are you from?
I'm from Philly. I'm in Philly. And somewhere I want to go still is Iceland. Iceland is calling me.
Aw, thank you. Y'all didn't even know. I want to go to Iceland. Not that many people have said they want to go to Iceland, so I was just gonna go alone, but y'all might be seeing a trip pop up. I already had a plan, but I can invite everyone else. Uh, so yay, and make it more cost effective for the group. But thank you for that. Okay. Thank you all for sharing. I really appreciate that. So outside of that, I also would love to know, because I want this information sharing session to be beneficial for everyone. So I can just share the stuff I want you to know. I mean, there are at least 12 trips next year, and I could just like share. But I would love to fit this in an hour and a half. So if you could drop in the chat places that you are most interested in hearing about, just so we can maximize time, I'll quickly recite them off. I mean, I am also doing things in the background, so there will be other things. I'm gonna do a winter trip in February over what is that, President's Day weekend. I haven't even booked the place yet, but it will be planned. That will be a very like low budget domestic trip. But outside of that, what's available on the website, there will be, thank you, Dr. Udom, Japan and Morocco. We can definitely present those tonight. There is also Brazil in February, March for Carnival. There's Nicaragua, which is like a wellness, cultural immersion trip in March. Sorry, I'm looking at two screens, so if you don't see my direct eye contact, I'm still here with you. So there is also, after Nicaragua, what's next? Sorry, I do not even have my own stuff memorized. Okay, Colombia in April, Italy in May, Bali in June. We went to Bali this year, which was great. Took 10 people. People literally wanted to go again, so we're gonna go again. There's a Caribbean cruise with Virgin Cruise Line, which is an all adult queer friendly cruise line in June. We have a lot of June, July trips. A Cabo San Lucas trip in July over what is that holiday? 4th of July. Morocco is in July. It's gonna be a little warm. Don't worry, you're gonna get a fan. The Summer Glamp, which is a glamping trip domestically in July, Costa Rica, August, Egypt and Jordan, that's one trip, but we get to visit 2 countries in September, which we are gonna be presenting Dr. Udom. Japan in October, which several people have signed up for over this Black Friday promotion. And then South Africa, which hope you don't mind Dr. Udom saying you went to. It's gonna be a little bit of a mashup of a trip, but we're gonna go over New Year's. So thank you for everyone who shared. Japan, we'll present Japan, Morocco, and South Africa, and Bali. Yes. Okay. So I'll try to go in order. Yes, because I like orderly things. All right. So just give me a moment to get my screens in order so I can accurately share with you. I went to Bali, and so I am Lesbifriends, but I'll share that with you in a moment. But I've been on all my trips so far, but I am working on a trip leader program. So I don't have to go on all my trips because I have a job. And I mean, I'm sure you have all jobs, but like I don't have that much vacation time. And so I'm like, I'm willing to front the cost of people's trips if they want to give a little and help the experience move along. So there are people with amazing personalities who might want to go on a free trip and help out Lesbifriends, and we can all win. And so Bali is a trip that we are going to have a trip leader on where I'm not going, but other people will go on. And so I'm super excited to share that because while it's a trip that I've been on and is trusted and true, like I just feel like, you know, this trip is amazing and the person who is going to be the trip leader on this trip will do a great job at giving everyone an amazing experience. Okay, so, all right, I'm going to give you guys just real brief. I'm going to give you guys first trip we're going to share is Bali. I'm going to give you guys an overview of Lesbifriends and and then we're going to get into the trip details, and then we'll just moving forward, we'll go into the trip details, so you guys don't have to learn about all the things. Okay, all right. So I have an assistant. Don't judge me. I can't do everything myself, but she made this nice little page about me. I'm an introvert, and I really don't like any attention as a tourist. But I'll take it for whatever reasons, just to get you guys comfortable with potentially traveling with Lisa if I go on trips and Lesbifriends. I founded Lesbifriends back in 2010, 2011. It's really unclear. I mean, that time period in my life is very unclear. I graduated from law school. It was a blur. I was doing a lot of things. I was trying to create community. I was trying to like date, probably trying to have sex too. But I was doing a lot of things. And so I created Lesbifriends Travel as an outlet for connection. And it started like in my 1-bedroom apartment as a pastime and a way to connect with people, and then just expanded to trips. And I'm very glad that it has done so. It only expanded to international trips last year, which I'm super excited about. But we've had a pretty good, you know, like community since inception. So it's always been like well frequented. So I promise you, everybody who comes on trips are good people, and yeah, you're gonna just get great energy. All right, so I like to just share this page. I'm not gonna share this for every trip, but just overall our thing. So you understand what the Lesbifriends travel experience might be for you. So I personally, I do my research. So I like to go on trips with other groups, just so I understand what other people have to offer. And I'm not saying that Lesbifriends is better. There are definitely great groups out there. I've been on great group trips and I would definitely endorse them. I will refer you to them, all that jazz. I just know that personally, I like to do things that I like to experience. So this is what you're going to experience on the Lesbifriends trip. So you're going to get inclusive itineraries. So I do, not everything is gay, right? But I'm super gay, so why not? So you're going to get personalized LBGT. When I start to plan a trip, I want it to be kind of queer, right? So I'm gonna make sure we go to queer neighborhoods, we go to the neighborhoods, we connect with the local people who are in the community, so that you are comfortable, right? And so that we are also safe. Also effortless packing, just comes with curated packing lists. So sometimes you just want to know, like, what should I wear? Like, should I wear like athleisure wear or travel gear or like something a little bit fancy? I'm gonna tell you that. I mean, you can decide what you want. There was someone who came on our most recent Thailand trip. I feel like they packed athleisure wear for every outfit, but I did tell them that maybe you should dress up for some dinners. And so I'm just gonna give that suggestion to you. You can do with it as you want. There's also the community connection on every trip. So, in addition to just being in the community and potentially having queer happenings, you're gonna have exclusive pre-trip group chats. And so like at least a month before the trip, I create a WhatsApp group chat, and so you'll be invited to that. And so we can chat, everybody who's coming on that specific trip can get to know one another. We also have a pre-group information session, and events, in-person events. I know not everybody's in the DMV, but you are all welcome to convene in the DMV and come to those pre-trip in-person events as well, just to get to know people who might be coming on trips, who have been on past trips, and get that camaraderie. Roommate matching. So I'm a frugal traveler. I grew up on public assistance and am a proud, I don't know. I'm cheap. I'm cheap. So I am the person who's gonna always pick the roommate because the money I spend on having my own room, no judgment, can be spent on, the extra stuff like the flight and stuff. So I do have a pre-curated roommate matching survey, if you will. So ahead of time, you will receive that, fill it out, and get introduced to a roommate. So you will hopefully feel comfortable traveling with them for a duration of the trip. Some of the trips that I have planned, I have been able to match multiple people with multiple roommates. So for example, Portugal and Spain, we just did that in October. We went to 3 different locations, and because of having 3 different locations, we were able to match people with different roommates along the way. And so they had the different experience, not just had to be stuck with a roommate for the entire trip. So it's it's nice to get to know people, but also it's nice to move on too. So you just rest assured that you will have the curated roommate matching experience for each one of the trips. Also, we do try to curate exclusive events. So when you get to a location, we always try to have a inn, if you will, with a local queer community, or just the community at large. So we will, we'll have community events, and connections already curated for you. I always like it to be queer, so, that is probably what you're gonna experience. And then last but not least, we have tailored travel guides. So before you even come on the trip, about like 30 to 60 days in advance, you got a travel guide. It'll tell you about the currency. It'll tell you about the social norms. It'll tell you about politics. It'll tell you about local places to eat. I mean, it's a lot, so you might not be clocking it from 60 days to your trip, but just know that, rest assured, you don't need to do your own research. We will do it for you so that you can just show up. Just show up and be present, and you'll have these extra bits to look into if you want to. All right, so where we're going. First destination, Bali, which is what someone expressed that they wanted to experience. And Dr. Udom and maybe anybody else who might leave messages in the group chat, I will definitely get to them. It might not be in the it might not be in the actual, I may follow up with you separately, Dr. Udom, but anyway, Bali. Okay, so we're going to Bali as someone requested hearing about in June. And so we went to Bali this past June. It was a really great experience. There were 10 of us who went. It was amazing. And I would love to bring it back, but on an escalated scale. So we had a great excursion, similarly priced, but I feel like now, having been to Indonesia once, I can offer more because I have the in, if you will. So first, part of our trip, we will be staying at a hotel, a luxury resort, 5 stars in a hotel in Ubud, from June 14th through 18th. It's amazing, super walkable. I don't know if it was a complaint, but the one feedback that I got from the group that came to Bali this past year was that even though it was an amazing resort, it wasn't very walkable. So the people who came on the trip had to take a shuttle to get to the like downtown area. So this hotel that we're staying in is in the immediate walkable vicinity of downtown Ubud. Then we're going to be staying, again, group trips are about the group and the people who come. And so I feel like it's important to create community and connection. And so the second part of our trip, after we, all get our feels out, we're going to be actually staying in a villa together, a luxury villa on the beach, which will be an amazing experience. We'll have like in-house dining, with breakfast and daily housekeeping, and just a really lush, posh experience all around. All right, so this is the itinerary. However, it is subject to change. Just don't want to, and I've taken all the pointers from this past experience to try to create the best experience for people all around. But also the trips, and people that come on the trips also create the experience. So like, if I feel like, like we're 2 months out from the trip and everybody's an adventurer and they want to go hiking, then I might build in a hiking excursion into the trip just to make it the best experience for everyone. But this is the experience that I've built so far. So day 1, we're gonna get to Bali. Everybody's gonna get picked up from the airport, depending on when they arrive, check in and get settled. And then I feel like it's important on the day we arrive to set intentions and a welcome dinner. And also it was a really great experience. Last time to have this Balinese dancers and music experience. So we're gonna do it again this next time around. Day 2, I've learned, don't overplan, Lisa. So we're gonna just like do a little bit less. And we're gonna maybe not have like, 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. plan. So we're gonna do a light day on day 2 because everybody needs to rest and recuperate. So we're gonna start every day off with breakfast, which is always included. And then we're gonna spend the first part of the day doing a sacred monkey sanctuary forest. This is super cool. I experienced it myself. And also, okay, all right, nobody's known this yet because it's just happening. But I so I just got back from a trip from Thailand with the group, the Lesbifriends group. And then I went to Vietnam because I like extended my stay a few days. And I went to this woman Buddha. It was great. It was a woman Buddha, right? So I'm super excited. And when I went to the woman Buddha, I got like an ice cream cone because I was greedy and I was just hungry. And I brought the ice cream cone in and I probably ate like half of it. And then this monkey climbed up me. It climbed up me, guys. I was so scared. I was so like, okay, anyway. Y'all know it's really hard for me to emote my emotions, but the monkey climbed up my leg, took my freaking ice cream cone and ate it. And I wanted to smack it, but I didn't because it was a monkey. It's an animal and whatever. So I lost my ice cream cone, but who else can say they've been I don't know what the word is, but it was all right. It was a lot. I mean, I felt like I didn't know like if I was mad at the little monkey for fucking stealing my ice cream, which was like probably only like 50 cents, or if I was just mad because it like violated my personal space. Anyway, so Sacred Monkey Forest in Bali, that could happen to you. Okay. Anyway, all right, sorry, that was a really long anecdote. Anyway, Monkey Forest, half day. And then we're gonna be doing like a lot of culturally immersion things in Bali, which are amazing. I can literally vouch for them, so I will literally vouch for them. Day 5 through 9, which is the end of our days, unfortunately. All the breakfasts, again, we're gonna hang out with elephants. These are all pictures from the trip, which I'm so excited from because I can have pictures from trips. We're gonna have some group dinners, we're gonna have some free time, we're gonna have some beach yoga. Anything that you see on the website that is a part of the trip is included in the itinerary. There are also some optional things. So like, it literally will say optional, but if anything is ever replaced, I try to make it comparable. So just so you know. Okay. All right. I got like 2 more slides. Okay. And then I can be quiet. All right. So what's included, what's not included? Sorry, I'm really not a good business person. I'm just trying here. Okay. So accommodations, breakfast, excursions that are included on the website and what I've literally verbally told you are included. You get all the like-minded queer connection, which I feel like is like my most valuable asset. Like I really love the people that come on the trips. Like that's what I get the most excited about. There's a little cool swag bag and of course, the travel guide I mentioned, and all the trips have a person on the ground who is going to guide you through the trip. So, in full transparency, I'm not going in Bali. There's an amazing person who has went on Bali, who wants to be the trip leader, who is willing to pay $2,000 on airfare, because airfare is expensive. Just so you know, we can do an airfare talk. We can talk about that. I love talking shop. But yeah, I don't know that I want to pay that again. So I'm gonna let them be the trip leader and you can go with them and they'll do an amazing job because we have a trip, we have the guide there and we have them who's been on the trip. They'll do great. Anyway, so I say all that to say that these are all the things that are included in the trip. And you just gotta get yourself there. So get yourself to Bali. We will help you from there. All right, and then costs, because that's like kind of important. So if you want to come to Bali, it's $3,200, a double occupancy. Again, that roommate matching thing. You could be paired up with more than one roommate based on the duration of the trip, and there being 2 separate stops. And then a single occupancy, if you want to splurge, I'm not mad at you, will be $4,300. All right, I'm going to stop sharing just so I can logistically ask if there are any questions. And okay, thank you, Nasha. You've asked a great. What are ambassadors? Okay, sorry. We have all the questions. Okay. Dr. Udom, what other ambassador trips are there next year? Dr. Udom, we will talk because I don't want, yes. Dr. Udom has been on a trip before, so the requisite criteria of a person who would be a trip leader is potentially someone who's been on a trip or a super remarkable being who has made a great impression. I don't know if I can trust you, honestly, if I've never met you, but I know you, Dr. Udom, so you could be a trip leader, just so you know. But there is an application. It is on the website. But also I'm recreating that so that people, I feel like being a trip leader might be overwhelming. So I'm also creating like a co-leader program as well. Anyway, we'll talk. And then Nyasha, you asked, how do we get from one city to the next? Everything, all the transportation, you just have to get to Bali. You just have to get to Japan. You just have to get to, I was about to say India, but that is a sneak preview for the year to come. You just got to get to the location where we're going, and then I got you. I got flights, I got buses, I got trains. You just got to get there. I got you. Okay. All right. Thank you, Udom. I got your private share. Okay. So that is Bali. And thank you guys for listening to my rant. All right. I think the next place that people were interested were Japan, Morocco, and South Africa. And no problem for anybody who has to hop off. Thank you for letting me know. You will receive the information session link, recorded link in an email, follow up tomorrow, as well as a coupon code to use afterwards. There is that Black Friday coupon code through December 6th. And then after that, you can just use the coupon code that I share with you as well. Okay, so we will go to, I guess Morocco would be left. Yeah, Morocco would be the next place, which is in July. I'll make this as quick as possible. Bear with me. Sorry. I have a lot of windows open right now, so I appreciate you bearing with me ahead of time. Also, I'm not super like technologically savvy, so I have help with this. So again, thank you. All right, we are gonna share this. I'll make it bigger, I promise. I'm just gonna go quickly over some things I've just shared. overarchingly. But I'll give all the details of the important stuff. So where we're headed to next, we're going to Marrakesh. Uh, sorry, don't judge me. I have not practiced my pronunciation. Agape Desert and Asson, Morocco. Okay. So we're going here July 11th through July 17th. This is probably more than like an extended weekend trip. Like this is a week. We're gonna be in Morocco for a week. I've been to Morocco before. I try to put together trips that I've been to personally before, but some places, like YOLO, we're just gonna go. And yeah, so this is an amazing experience. I've only been to Marrakesh. I've not been to the desert or Assonia. All right, we're not gonna butcher my pronunciation, but I've not been to these two extra places, but I've done my research and they're amazing. All right, so accommodation one. So if you're on Instagram, you probably know all of the things where people track. And so one of the things that people might track in a Morocco trip is called a riad. And these are like very culturally immersive places. Like they're essentially, a riad is a boutique hotel, right? So you're gonna get the Morocco feel of being there. Super culturally immersive. Beautiful. There's a pool in the middle. There's what are they called? There are places that you can look out from oversight, whatever those are. Sorry, the words are escaping me. But very beautiful, very culturally immersive. Like this is a Morocco place this is a place in Morocco that is traditional that you would want to stay. Our second place in Morocco, so we're staying at more than one. Our second location that we're going to be staying at, and again, all transportation is included. You just got to get yourself to and from your home. So get to Morocco, get back to home, wherever that is. Our second accommodation is a desert camp. And so I have not stayed in a desert camp in Morocco. However, I did stay in one in Jordan, excuse me. And it was the most amazing experience. I stayed in the desert. Deserts are actually cold at night. So just, for packing purposes, but also I'll share that with you in the travel guide. But it's beautiful. And who else? You can say they stayed in the desert overnight. So that's just a really cool thing to do. And then our third accommodation is a boutique coastal retreat, and so we're on the water. We have sand, but we also have water, the two best things to mix. And so we're just going to be staying in a really fun traditional accommodation again in Morocco. So a little bit about the overview of the trip. So I planned this trip because of because we're on a 7-day adventure. And so we'll get to explore souks, palaces, and gardens, which I feel are all very integral to Morocco. We get to be in the desert, but we also get free time. So I think that's important because I could overplan and I can book everything on your trip, but also like some people be mad because because they'll be like, oh, I could miss out on this, but I want to do this. So I haven't overplanned this trip, so you know. Anyway, we get to Morocco. I'm gonna get you to where we're going to settle in. And then we'll get an evening food tour, which I love food tours. You get to just sample a lot of food. The next day, after sleeping in a little, you'll get and breakfast on site. You'll get a private guided tour of a UNESCO World Heritage Site. So we'll get to go to some tombs and gardens, which probably are the equivalent of what people know as temples. And we'll get to stroll local souks. Day 3 will be a more leisurely day, where you can kind of do what you want to do. And most people on Lesbifriends trips, they typically find their own thing to get into, but some people make really great connections. And so, I always offer things for people to do like together, but also people just make those natural connections. So you can feel free to do either, without the pressure of planning in advance. But just know day 3 will be a free day. Day 4, we will have a trip to the Aruka Valley. We'll have a hike to a waterfall. We'll get a great local lunch. We'll do a camel desert ride. Yeah, lots of great things on day 4. And as well as day 5, we'll figure out how to make argan oil. I mean, I don't know about you, but I spend like probably like $20 per ounce on that. Probably at Marshall's, because yeah, that's where I shop. But it's just ridiculous. So I would love to know how to make it myself. We'll also go to another UNESCO World Heritage Site, and we'll just have some leisurely time to stroll through the town with the guidance of a tour guide. We'll visit some beaches. Again, this itinerary will be making our way through 3 different locations, so a lot to explore. And then, oh, okay, sorry. Yep, so we finished the itinerary, but we'll say our goodbyes. Just so you know, on all Lesbifriends trips, typically airport transport and drop off is included. As it is included here, we will get to do an amazing desert camp and coastal hotel experience. Every day breakfast is included. Some dinners and some lunches are included on trips. And again, I try to make it like a good mix of like local cultural immersion, but also like free time. So here we'll get to visit a palace, visit gardens, we'll do a guided food tour, we'll do a camel, lots of things. But you'll also get some free time in the mix. And then you'll get an on-ground travel team to ensure you have a great time. You just got to get yourself there. I don't include travel insurance because I know sometimes that's included with certain credit cards that you pay for. I'm always happy to like have that just like chat with people in general, because it's a learning experience for me too. But I love to, just be able to educate people on travel insurance and all the points that come along with booking, depending on who you book with. So that is also just included in your experience. Also, you just have to take care of meals, not mentioned, but typically in these countries that we're going to, meals are super, super cost effective. So if you did want to come on this trip, double occupancy, we start at 2,900, and that is 2 beds with 2 people in a room. And if you did want to opt for single occupancy and splurge a little, you just have to pay a little bit more for 3,600, just you in the room. Oh. All right, I'm gonna check the group chat just to see if there's any questions, but no pressure at all. I think I see any. Say is the last person who might have shared that. Okay. And then I think the next one that we're gonna hop to after Morocco is, can you say Egypt and Jordan? You said Japan and South Africa. So I'm gonna just move swiftly to those 2. All right. Last info session, we made it 2 hours. No offense, I could go to bed early tonight, but if y'all are here for it, I can share all the trips with you. All right, sorry. Okay, excited. Let me share my screen again. Alright, you can see Japan. I'll make it a full screen. Percent. Okay. Yay! All right, Japan. I feel like a lot of people are excited for Japan. Like 3 people signed up on the Black Friday special. I was excited, but also not excited because I don't think any money from those. I'm just kidding. I want all
What
the
was that
people to
last
say,
part?
huh?
You said you were excited and then you cut out.
Yeah, couldn't hear you.
Oh, thanks. I was excited, but then I was not excited because when people sign up on the Black Friday special, there is no profit for me, which is fine. I'm fine with that. But I'm excited for people to save money. I want people to travel at the end of the day. So that's what I was saying. I'm sorry, Udom. And thank you for bringing that to my attention. Can you see the where we're headed? Tokyo, Kyoto, and Osaka? Thank
Yes.
you. Thumbs up. Okay. So I'm really excited for this trip, even though 3 people signed up and I'm very excited for them to save all the money. Japan is expensive. So my first, I just like to give an anecdote. It's not what you guys asked, but when I was like 20 years old, I did a program, study abroad program called Semester at Sea. It was like literally equivalent to my semester on the mainland. And so I got to sail around the world for 100 days. Do this if you can. Don't just sign up for it. Just sign up for like undergrad studies and just do this. Just save some money. But I got to like do a semester at sea for 100 days or a semester, and I went to 9 countries for the same price it would cost me to study abroad or to take a semester at my university. And I got to experience 9 places. So great experience. Would not ever change it. Japan is the last place that we went to. I was broke. I had no money. Like, why would you like start a trip in Bahamas? Well, pick people up in Bahamas, go to Cuba, and then end it in Japan. Like, that's just dumb. Anyway, I wrote them a very bad review, but I was broke when I got to Japan. Anyway, we grown. 20 years later, I have a little coin, so I'm gonna be able to afford to eat in Japan. I ate a lot of potatoes on the ship. Anyway. All right, so October 13th through 20th, we already have 3 people signed up for this trip. I'm thinking I'm gonna cap this trip at 12 people, maybe 8. It just depends. But I like small curated group trips because as Dr. Udom, 20 people getting on a bus is a lot. So we can do 8. All right, anyway. So we're staying in a few places. First place we're staying is the Shibuya Hotel. I have links to all the hotels for Japan on the website. So you can see where we're staying. Very nice hotels. Super modern, it's Japan. I really feel like we need to sell the accommodations. Like they're very nice. But boutique-ish. So I'm not trying to like put people in the mix of things with a Marriott or Western or whatever the hotels are. I want people to get the local feel, so that they can get that personalized, what is it called? Concierge, if you need to do anything else off-site. And then the last accommodation is Osaka. This is actually the only place I've actually been to in Japan. And I went to Osaka. I think they had like the World War II Museum. That was so devastating. Like being an American, I don't know if I'm an American, but being an American and like going to Osaka and seeing the devastation in a museum, like I was bawling. But anyway, that's why I thought it was important to go back to Osaka and experience that, even though it's a very modern city and you can experience all the luxuries and amenities that we know to be true in the United States. I just feel like, you're gonna get some realization, like, when you go to Vietnam, the Vietnam War is different to the Vietnamese than it is the US citizens. Anyway, all right, anyway, we're gonna go and we're gonna have an amazing 8-day journey. And so we're gonna start in Tokyo. We're gonna get settled, but we're also gonna do like a tour and dinner. And just get acclimated to one another. Do some intention settings. Then we're gonna do some art museums. We have a private cruise scheduled, but there's also some optional things that you can do as well if you just don't want to, if you want to keep the rhythm going, but also if you want to take some time off to yourself. We're gonna do a flower arranging class because, as you might presume, flowers are important in Japan. We're gonna go to a palace as well as a market as well. Moving forward in the trip, we're gonna take a bullet train. So I don't know about you, but like, I really like trains, and I feel like we don't take them enough in the US. Like I wait like for 3 hours in an airport, and I'm just like, I could just be on a train. It was so quick to get from where we were going in where Portugal and Spain, like on a train. Like train travel is like my new go-to. But anyway, so we're gonna get on this train, we're gonna go to our next destination, and then we're gonna go to a food tour. So I love food, I don't know about you, but I want to eat all the food, even if I really don't eat it. But also like I feel like it's just like a culturally immersive experience. So I really like to incorporate like a food tour or a cooking class into experiences moving forward. Feel free to, I would say yeah or nay, but there's been a very great response to those type of things. Day 5, we're gonna go to a full day tour and experience a lot of history in Kyoto. And some temples and some pavilions and lots of landmarks. And even a geisha show. Like, I don't know if you guys read that book, Life of a Geisha. What's that book? All right, anyway, I watched the movie and I read the book, and we're gonna experience a show. So we're gonna do that. And if you still have energy at the end of the day, you could do a bike tour through the city. And then we're gonna make our last transfer to Osaka before and Osaka will be a very leisurely day. Of course, I will suggest all the museums if you want to cry, but no pressure. Just so you can experience what Osaka has. Super modern city. Japan is super modern. Like you're gonna be like, I want to move to Japan after you experience it. All right. So if you want to go to Japan, and this is all that's included, which is pretty much what I said. I'm not gonna belabor this. You can revisit this on the slide because it's 801. But prices. So super cost effective, 3,200. If you book now, you can save 15%. I'm really not a really good salesperson, sorry guys. But 15%, if you book now, if you pay in full, you can save 20%. It's gonna hurt me, but I will love you for it also, because it means you're coming. I'll email all the discount codes to you tomorrow, so you'll have them in your immediate inbox. But yes, really good Black Friday special sale going on. If you want to take advantage, no pressure. I want everything to work with everybody. Oh yes. Oh great question, Jamila. Who might not be on this call anymore. But I'll still answer your question. Does it matter what time our flight gets in? Yes, I put that on the page. I always recommend that people arrive between 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. Some places it does not take long to, so I typically Lesbifriends provides airport transfer. It depends on the trip. But if you're speaking the Japan trip, then the airport transfer is included. And that is not a long journey. But if you were speaking the Belize trip, which I'm going to leave for in 2 days, that's a 3-hour trip. So, I always give people a suggested time of arrival based on the itinerary that is happening. I don't try to do a lot that's going on the day you arrive because I know as a traveler, it's a lot. Like you get there, you're literally going to Asia. You traveled for a day in time. And so it's a lot to like get there and, have to travel for another 3 hours. After traveling for potentially 25 to 30 hours. So anyway, you're gonna arrive between 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. And then typically if there is any activities or festivities happening on the group trip, it's not gonna happen until like 6 p.m. or later. But I always include that on the trip plan, and in the confirmation email, which is typically something people get before they start booking their flight. So hopefully that helps. Any other questions?
I have one more question about the travel insurance, and I don't know if there's a different meaning about it or whatever, but uh uh what I guess I wonder like it says on the site that you have there's a preferred travel insurance that Lesbifriends uses. And so I'm like, is there something that's covered there that typically isn't in other ones that people get or
Great question, Jamila. No, I don't think there is. I personally had experience with Ones, if that's how you pronounce it. Like I booked as a traveler before I was a travel advisor, like a certified travel advisor. I'm putting quotations, but I don't know why. But I booked with them like years ago, and I had a thing come up, and I couldn't make it due to COVID. I don't even know if it was like for real COVID or if I just did COVID. But anyway, they were just like super easy with like making the transition. So I personally got an annual plan with them moving forward because they were so easy to work with for that specific plan. And also, I think when you book with Ticketmaster, right? So Ticketmaster, if you book a ticket, that's Alina's is typically who you get the travel insurance with, and that's my preferred travel insurance company. You don't have to book for me. All of them are comparable. You're gonna pay whatever you pay with Lesbifriends, whether I give you a quote, is what you're gonna pay with the other place and the other place and the other place. I'm just willing to vouch for them because I've had personal experience and I've had a good experience with them not like making me like provide doctor's notes and everything. So you can book travel insurance through who you want. I'm probably not going to ask you for the travel insurance policy. I just want you to be protected because I've had people book trips and not come on trips and not have travel insurance and they lost $3,000. So I just want like as a 41-year-old who didn't book travel insurance as a 25-year-old, I just want to make people aware that this is something that they should do, but also like some credit cards also cover travel, have travel and protection. They might not cover a $5,000 trip, like so the trip and the flight, they might not cover that. That's up to you to do your due diligence, but they might cover like some of the booking. So you just have to like, they might cover it though. So So I'm not making people like book travel insurance through me or provide me with the proof, but I'm encouraging people to get travel insurance because I know that someone booked this Bali trip in June. I don't know who in their family passed away in May. They didn't have travel insurance and their trip was not covered and they lost out. And like they're not like, they're not like mad about it, but also like I would have liked them to be covered.
Right. That makes sense. And so booking it through you, it would just be for the cost that's being paid for the trip through like Lesbifriends. That's not like covering the flight.
Depends. If you tell me the cost of the flight, I can include it in your quote. It just depends. It's up to you. You can
Mm.
book your flight insurance through the whatever place you book your flight through, or you can ask me to provide you a quote for that.
Got it.
It's completely up to you.
Okay.
But initially, if you add it on as a, something that you book because it's a free option add-on, I will just typically book it as, I will typically give you a quote based on the trip cost, not on the flight cost, because I don't know what the flight cost is yet. But great question, and thank you for asking.
Thank you.
Yeah, but also look into your credit card and see if the credit card covers your flight. But also, if you with the credit card, you typically have to pay the whole thing through your card. Like you can't just be like, oh, I'm gonna pay this $100 deposit and expect $3,000 travel insurance on this. So just be aware. That's all. Like I want everybody to win and save, but also just be aware.
Great. Thank you.
No problem. All right. Good question. All right. All right. Thanks, Dr. Udom. These are flagship cards. All right. I can't really recommend any credit cards. But bad. Bali is gonna cost you $2,000. Bali, Asia is gonna cost you $2,000. Ayasha. And I've been to Indonesia, which is in Bali, or Bali's in Indonesia, and I've been to Thailand. $2,000, whether you book it 6 months in advance or 3 months in advance. It's a 24, it's a day and a half. You're gonna pay. I wish it was cheaper. But just know. So the sooner you book, the better, maybe. But yeah, that's a hefty price. Which is why it's cheaper to travel to Asia because the flights are potentially so expensive. I don't know. All right. All right, and then our last trip is, sorry, multiple screens, guys. We are gonna go to South Africa. Maybe Udom will be the trip leader. All right, I'm excited, Udom. I just nominated you. But it's gonna be a different type of trip. Just so you know. Okay. Sorry. I don't want you guys to see all the behind the scenes. Okay.
I've had like 3 other people want to go to South Africa ever since I came back and told them all about it. So I'm
And
excited.
we're here it too, so
Yeah, we have to talk. We have to talk.
yeah, we do have to talk about okay. Sorry, thank you guys for bearing, okay, y'all already knew this. Alright, share, South Africa. Alright. Y'all don't need, alright, y'all don't need to know though. It's the same thing. Alright, so this year in April, Dr. Udom came to South Africa. It was amazing. We're gonna do something different. We're gonna go to South Africa. I don't know, Dr. Udom, would you say it was like, I think it was a little chilly. I feel like I was wanting it to be warmer. So it was like
It was like this, yeah. It was like 10 degrees cooler than what it is in DC, right, in DMV right now. So, but we went in April, yeah, which is their fall.
So we're gonna go when it's warmer and we're gonna do a different type of trip. So we went to, not that it matters, we went to Joburg and we went to Cape Town. We're gonna go, this is a little bit of a luxury and an elevated trip. So we're gonna go to Joburg or Johannesburg and we're gonna go to the beach. But still amazingly, equally amazing trip. Because Cape Town like is the beach and I feel like people felt on the trip what the feedback I got was like, oh, this is like luxury and great, but we can also experience like luxury in a different way. So we're gonna go to Cape Town for a New Year's treat next year. All right, so we're gonna stay in a few accommodations. Accommodation one, we're gonna stay in a boutique hotel, very picturesque. Also, if anybody ever wants to know the hotels that I'm planning on booking, I'm happy to share those with you. Sometimes I don't proactively share those because they might not be just depending on the bookings, like, in all transparency, like, if I seek out this hotel in January and I don't get a booking until May, I don't know if this booking is gonna be available, so I'm not trying to like lock myself into this hotel in May, but I always am upfront with all the details, so I am very willing to share this with people when they want to know. So we're gonna start in Johannesburg, which is, I don't think that it's gritty, but I feel like people feel like Johannesburg. Dr. Udom, you might be able to talk to this, but we stayed at I feel like it was less picturesque than people thought. It was like more rugged. It was still great and amazing, but more rugged. Okay, they are not. Accommodation two, we're gonna take a flight to a safari lodge. So before we went to South Africa and we just like we took a shuttle but we're gonna take a flight and we're gonna stay in a safari and we just did a day, like a day trip. We're gonna live there with the animals. Don't worry, we'll be safe, all the things. And luxury accommodations, and a very nice game park, where you can experience the animals and great amenities and food, culinary aspects. So, and that, yes, just know, this is an elevated experience. And then last but not least, we're gonna be on the beach. Okay, I'm so excited because I need this. Okay. I need this. I need to be on the beach in South Africa. I want to move to Africa. I'm just figuring out how and when. But yes, we are gonna be on the beach, sorry. In South Africa, experiencing this beach lodge. So after we deal with the grit of Joburg and the game lodge and all the animals, you're gonna be on the beach in serene picturesque. accommodate, okay, sorry, I'm gonna move there. But, okay, we're gonna be here. All right. Accommodations, met and itinerary. So all breakfasts are included. We're gonna do some things that we've done before and some things that we have yet to experience, but all amazing things in store. So we're gonna do the Apartheid Museum because that was an amazing cultural immersive experience. We're going to fly to Richards Bay because who doesn't want a like quick plane flight? And we're gonna do a sunset sound diner excuse me, not on, but in a game park. Like how amazing immersively is it? Who is that you? Who is that? That's
That's me.
okay, sorry. I'm excited. All right, we're gonna see all the animals. Uden is below day 5 and to the right of day 4. Because they were in. Okay, all right, and you know, all the amazing things. I did not pay Uden to be here, but thank you. We're gonna offer snorkeling for people who want to poke their head in the water, and a kayak tour and turtle tracking, like just some like really cultural immersive things with the animals. And then we have to round up our trip with a leisure day and an optional ocean safari. But yeah, this is gonna be a really good trip, I promise. Hopefully Dr. Eden will be our guide. All these things are included, all these things are well, not included. Just get yourself to South Africa and we got you, I promise. And so yes, this is a luxury trip. We got a little bit more in store. And so double occupancy will be 4,200, but if you get the Black deal, it'll be 20% off. And the single occupancy, same deal. Yes, okay, and so because this is our last trip, and so all right, we don't have the fall promotion anymore, I lied. But don't worry, I'm gonna email all you tomorrow about the Black Friday, which is a better deal through December 6th. And if like you really like on the fence and you're like, hey, Lisa, it's like 2 days over the Black Friday deal, can you lend me a solid? Yes, I will do that. Just email me and I'll make it work. But anyway, I just want to thank all the peoples for being here and lending your support. And yes, these are pictures from the trips, pictures and videos and whatnot from trips and stuff. And we're still growing and we're new, and that's why hopefully our prices are affordable. But thank you again for spending part of your Tuesday evening. Sorry, I'm trying to get my phrase right. With us. And yes, we're gonna keep answering questions, but I just wanted to end that officially. All right, so any questions? Jamila, Dr. Udom. Oh, you guys are so easy. So sweet. So sweet. But if you do, just like email, text, I'm gonna be in Belize. Oh gosh. I'm doing my first trip with a trip leader. I'm so nervous.
Let me know how it goes.
All right. Yes. All right. I'm a control freak, Jamila, and I'm a Taurus. I'm a bull, so all right. But it's gonna happen, and so yes. Dr. Udom is also going to be a trip leader, whether they know it or not.
So I already know. And
I
you
mean,
signed up for South Africa, Jamila. I think it was you that said you're
I
interested.
mean, you can be the trip leader for Nigeria, but we just haven't planned it yet. So
I mean, I'm interested in going into countries in Africa. I just Japan is next on my list, and I already have some folks close to me who've gone, and yeah, it's just already been in my plans, and this came up and happened to have it. So um yeah, I was like, let me check it out. Um
Remind me, Jamila, where you're from?
so I don't know, I'm a military brat, so I've kind of been all over for a long time. And yeah, just most recently I was in California, and now I'm in Washington, and but I lived in New York for quite some time also, and various other states
So you're in Washington.
currently.
Okay, thank you. All right, military brat. Thank you for
Yeah.
that. All right, Japan might be on the radar. Thank you for.
I mean, I definitely want to go. I actually had a question about, I know you said you're going to put a quota on the number of people. Yeah, and so I'm just working things out and moving stuff around because I it looks and sounds good to me, so I will sign up pretty soon.
And if there's ever any question, feel free to like. I literally had a conversation with someone yesterday who hasn't booked a trip, who just wanted to know, like, are there single people coming? I get it. Like, I want to know too, right? Like, so just reach out. Like, I'm available via text. Like, I'm super accessible. Like, I'm an introvert. I really want to like be out, but also like I love this space. So like I'm perfectly happy with information sharing. So if you ever have a question, just shoot me a text or whatever.
Yeah, I definitely will. I'll probably have more questions as I think through things. But I mean, again, this looks really great, so I appreciate the space you've created.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Dr. Udom. Do you have any last tidbits? Because
No, I'm
I'm
just gonna
thinking
sign
to
up.
end the
Japan has been on my list for a couple years, so the fact that you had it on there, I was like, I'm going with Lesbifriends. It's hands down. That's what's happening. So,
maybe the trip leader.
Okay, maybe the trip. Okay.
We're like halfway to potential capacity. I
Sure,
can
sure,
make it
sure.
more, but I just don't want to make it.
Nah, I have the energy too. I know that. So if you need me, you already know. We'll sit in our next chat. We'll talk about it. But definitely Japan, Morocco, and South Africa since you switched it up. Oh.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Jamila. Thank
Yeah,
you,
good to meet you both.
I
Have a good day.
appreciate you both. I'll send you all an email tomorrow.
Sounds
Oh,
good.
good night.
Night night.